Ladies, gentlemen, freends of Hawick, fellow Teries, buenas noches, bonsoir, guten Abend, buona serata, con banwa, wan shang hao, or as you like to put it here in Hawick, welcome, sakes you're welcome, where you're glad nae doot to be. Back here among your ain folk and friends in this place ye call your hame, Hawick among the hills. And to this, the 2021 virtual concert for exiled Teries the world over. Just yin o mony concerts you've been treated to merk our common riding in their continuing unprecedented times. But before I start to introduce the company, can I, on behalf of the Common Riding Committee and all other Hawick associations and clubs, say a massive thank you to all our local and international NHS staff, our carers, our teachers, the police and other volunteers for the fantastic work they've done over the last 12 months keeping us safe and putting themselves at risk for others. And to anybody who has suffered at the hands of the virus, our thoughts are where you are. We are getting through this, and hopefully next year at this time, we'll be back in the Town Hall and up the hill celebrating our common riding in person and meeting up Yinsmere. Normally, the intimations we give at functions like this is to give the best order for the singers, but that's not really practical in their circumstances. So we want you to fill up your glasses at home, throw away any inhibitions and sing along like you were here. For this concert, we've scoured the planet, or at least as far as Civvy Hall, Burnfoot and Rosebank Road, to bring you the A-list or the mostly young entertainers in the tune, and I'm delighted that we also have two of Hawick's bright-eyed daughters as our main accompanists. They are the very talented and very able Anne Witherington and Leslie McCready. So, with no further ado, and to start off in this our 2021 Virtual Exiles Night concert, I can't think of a more apt way than to ask our official song singer Michael Aitken and cousin John Tate to further the company be singing The Exile's Dream, written by John Fairbairn and accompanied by Anne Witherington on piano.
Oh, to be at home Yinsmere in festival and frae, Yinsmere amongst the rain old folk on common riding day, ever entrancing, steeds all a-prancing, oh sing me the old refrain, oh Teries and Borderland, of sun slain at Flodden, old Hawick, dear old Hawick, I am with you again. Hark, I hear the fifes and drums, which swells me up with pride, and in the long past days of yore, I see the horseman ride, ever entrancing, steeds all a-prancing, oh sing me the old refrain, oh Teries and Borderland, of sun slain at Flodden, old Hawick, dear old Hawick, I am with you again. Let us hold our hands Yinsmere and sing with teary glee the same old songs we used to sing, the time is filled o'er, ever entrancing, steeds all a-prancing, oh sing me the old refrain, oh Teries and Borderland, of sun slain at Flodden, old Hawick, dear old Hawick, I am with you Alan saw that made that neck divine. The necht o nechts afore the morn, who sang and jing a ring. Ever entrancing, steeds all a-prancing, oh, sing me the old refrain. O Teries and Odin, of sons slain at Flodden, on Hawick, dear old Hawick, I am with you again. Here's to you and you and you, and here's to yours and mine. To Teries all the world o'er, a hand for all the lang syne. Ever entrancing, steeds all a-prancing, oh, sing me the old refrain. O Teries and Odin, of sons slain at Flodden, on Hawick, dear old Hawick, I am with you again.
Thanks, Michael, John, and Anne. That was great. Next up, we'll have another duo in the form of 16-year-old Mary Johnson and 18-year-old Niamh Scott. They are singing the fairly new song, written by Darren Johnson, the brilliant The Boy with the Flag, Mary and Niamh.
From a township there was fearing, and a faith that held no gold, rode a youth of determination, all set out to protect their homes. With spears and halberds, swords and clubs, approach with jest and fear, as an enemy of the common ground, laying patiently. When he sent me out to battle, with the trust to save our land, I rode back up to Hawick with the pride in my heart. I came back with a boy with a flag. For nearly 500 years, our common stood hard and firm, but we grew to share and celebrate, and let good folks join in. For a charming grace, successfulness, that neither can be compared nor tried. When a town of 10,000 townsfolk see the proud youth flag held high. When you sent me out to battle, with the trust to save our land, I rode back up to Hawick with the pride in my heart. I came back with a boy with a flag. When you sent me out to battle, with the trust to save our land, I rode back up to Hawick with the pride in my heart. I came back with a boy with a flag. So if you rule up your mind and fire up your hearts and ride on, ride on, ride on, and when your days are darkened, put your foot down harder, ride on, ride on, ride on. And when you send me out to battle, with the trust to save our land, I rode back up to Hawick with the pride in my heart. I came back with a boy with a flag. When you sent me out to battle, with the trust to save our land, I rode back up to Hawick with the pride in my heart. I came back with a boy with a flag.
Thank you, Mary and Niamh. It's great to see so many young folk coming for it and keeping up with great traditions of singing. Not just about Hawick and the Borderland, but also some of the characters that bid in the grey old town. Our next entertainer is no exception to that role. Andrew Bowles is one of the older gang, and at 26 by no means old. Singing the Alan Bryden composition, Old Jock, please welcome Andrew Bowles.
He sits on a park bench hard and cold, with a brown paper bag in his hand, and he swings as he sings of the wonderful things that he dreams of in faraway lands. Well, his mind is dazed and his eyes are glazed, and he lives in a world of his own, where delusions send him to wander with friends, while he shivers on the bench all alone. So penny for your thoughts, old Jock, a penny for your thoughts, old Jock. Where do you go when all doors are locked to you? A penny for your thoughts, old Jock. His old grey coat is as charred as his throat, and it's tied with a belt round his waist, and the folks hurry by as he sings to the sky, and the sun warms the stubble on his face. The bairns call him names, but he's numbed for the pain, and the old women tut and shake heed. They don't realise, through the grime in his eyes, the young man and the life he once led. So penny for your thoughts, old Jock, a penny for your thoughts, old Jock. Where do you go when all doors are locked to you? A penny for your thoughts, old Jock. When you're tired looking down on the drunk o' the town, and you cry him a bloody disgrace, if you can't stop and think what's drove him to drink, then imagine yourself in his place. For it's easy to laugh at the drunk on the half. He's the one with his life on the brink, a pathetic old man who's in need of a hand, but is nowhere to turn to but drink. So penny for your thoughts, old Jock, a penny for your thoughts, old Jock. Where do you go when all doors are locked to you? A penny for your thoughts, old Jock, a penny for your thoughts, old Jock, penny for your thoughts, old Jock. Where do you go when all doors are locked to you? A penny for your thoughts, old Jock.
Thanks, Andrew. That was brilliant. Keeping the younger generation theme, our next singer, who will be accompanied by Leslie McCready on the piano, is Lewis Crawford, son of 2008 acting feather Kevin, singing the Thomas Caldwell composition, O Reinald Tune, Lewis Crawford.
My thoughts gone back where the hills looked on, frae the silent slopes o' my native tune, where the Teviot flows while it gargles sweet, as until when in rapture the lovers meet. Fain would I stray where the sleigh-trick jokes, neath its woody glens and its shady nooks, to the lovers' lane where at parting day I courted my love in the gloaming grey. Then let us exalt it and honour its name, defend I its credits and cherish its name, and where Teviot's sweet stream to the Tweed Wimple stone, we'll unite in a song in our Reinald's tune.
as of yore, let me roam at will o'er the sunny braes o' the Vertish hill. Say the Danyan grey mark their Eildon rise, like sentinel watchtowers to greet the skies, where the Minto hills in their verdure seen seem reflecting the light frae her manse all green, and the sun steals upward soft and low to tell o' the lives in that tun below. Then let us exalt it and honour its name, defend its credits and cherish its name, and where Taviot sweet stream to the Tweed Wimples done, we'll unite in a song in our old tone. While Slittrig and Taviot sweet music raise, when their waters join in a hymn o' praise, may the green old moat frae its pride o' place gird our men worthy their ancient race. May peace in Hawick's borders forever abide, and truth as of yore in her mystery side. May knowledge and wisdom as time rolls round unite till mark ours a better old tune. Then let us exalt it and honour its name, defend its credits and cherish its name, and where Taviot sweet stream to the Tweed Wimples done, we'll unite in a song in our old tone.
Thank you, Lewis and Leslie. That was brilliant. As many will ken, we've had a number of new songs added to the Hawick songbook in recent years. This next tune has become a staple at many of the celebrations in and around the tune at the Common Riding. Written by the very talented Davy Finney, I'm delighted to introduce the brilliant Eve Robertson to sing The Old Mill Town, accompanied by Anne.
I'm looking down on this old mill town, making my way back home, remembering childhood games, old familiar names, places I've always known. However my life may unfold, there's one thing that I'll always hold. Though I'm forever roving, my heart is interwoven with the fabric of this old mill town. Beneath my feet where the rivers meet, captured in ancient rhyme, to hear those songs of the days long gone, a bridge spanning over time. However my life may unfold, there's one thing that I'll always hold. Though I'm forever woven, my heart is interwoven with the fabric of this old mill town. We don't always get along, sometimes we get it wrong, but we understand what it means under the blue and gold. Everyone, young and old, each woman and man. So I'm looking down on this old mill town, the old town I call my home. However my life may unfold, there's one thing that I'll always hold. Though I'm forever woven, my heart is interwoven with the fabric of this old mill town. Though I'm forever woven, my heart is interwoven with the fabric of this old mill town.
That's definitely one of my favourite songs and brilliantly performed by Eve. Thank you. The next song we're going to hear was written by another of Hawick's prolific songwriters, Stuart Hunter. Maybe no Kent for common riding songs, but Stuart has over the years written and performed many of his own songs with his band Up in Arms. Stuart will accompany Craig Douglas to give you Borderland.
Some may say she's a town time forgot, but that old town is home to me. And I know she's just down on her line, a shadow of how she used to be. And as the foreign lands call out my name, I find it hard to walk away. For home is home to me no matter where I go, and home is where I long to be. For I love my borderland, as simple as it may be. For I love my border town, Hawick's the only one for me. Meandering rivers guide me home, and emerald hills roll like the sea. And tucked beneath those ocean waves lies a place I long to be. And as the foreign lands call out my name, I find it hard to walk away. For home is home to me no matter where I go, and home is where I long to be. For I love my borderland, as simple as it may be. For I love my border town, Hawick's the only place for me. Ooh, ooh,
Thanks, Craig and Stuart. Two of our youngest entertainers now, Robbie Welsh, aged 16, and brother Irvin, aged only 14, just two of the very talented Welsh band of brothers, all who are making names for themselves as great performers around the local circuit. Kent for their brilliant recitations, Robbie and Irvin are performing the William Landor's poem, The Exiles Return.
Say, you're welcome. Six, you're welcome. We are glad and do to be. The land our last has held along across the wide salt sea. The freends he never there, are never like King Grant. We are back now, we're in folk, and we're glad to grip your hand.
When was you said you went away? Are you sure you got it right? Seems like only yesterday you cheered you to sight. Man, by the time fair whistles by, an age year comes its lane. But you're back now, and our hearts cry, a welcome to your reign.
The streets you can't when you were bins, you can and cherish still. The time has brought a change or two on kirk and shop and mill. But the tune clock cheery chimes over all, and the TV still rins by, and the horses there, and the callant, the brave flag held high.
There were new lands that beckoned when you found your duty stream, and new hames you've made ye when the fair grass seemed mere green. But the do I seeks the ducat, and it's here your heart belongs, and the moats there, and the half's there, and the old souls stirring songs.
Say, you're welcome. Six, you're welcome. In this place ye call your home, and you'll find the warmth and friendship in the land you're still the same.
'Cause there's no place like your own tune, no music, truth to tell, than the drums and fifes out early, or the jow at St. Mary's bell.
Thanks, boys. Brilliant as ever. I look forward to hearing Grandad Rob Welsh joining in the next time. Kenny knew we're going to have to cancel this year's Common Riding celebrations, gave you a chance and a wee bit more time to put together a much more planned approach to these concerts. And I'm delighted that this year we've been able to contact some exiles from around the globe to pass on their messages and best wishes to families and friends back home in Hawick. Here are just a few of their messages.
Mace here from the Gold Coast in Australia on virtual Exiles Night. We have some beautiful memories of the singing and the stirring poetry on any night we've been back in Hawick for the Common Riding. And although it's been 55 years since Mum, Helen and Dad George Aitken brought us here to Sydney, Australia, I still get a wonderful warm welcome from the people there. So hip hip hooray and happy Common Riding to you all.
Hello everyone, greetings from Cornet in South Wales. It's Linda Williams here, knee barker. As always at this time of year, my thoughts fly homewards, and let's hope 2022 we'll be able to celebrate in the flesh. Until then, have a safe weekend everybody, whatever you may be doing, safe out, safe in. Have a good yin and all.
Hello, my name is Ken Scott. I'm an American from Denver, Colorado, of Scottish and border ancestry. And I participated in the Hawick Common Riding since 2010. Greg Easton was my first cornet. I had heard of and followed by information. I had heard of the Hawick Common Riding for some years and visited as a spectator sometime in the early 2000s and decided, I want to do this someday. And I remember very well several years later, contacting Frank Scott and asking, would it be okay if I participated in this local event? And I was very welcomed. And I remember very well my first Common Riding. And I've been coming ever since. It is a tremendously special event. The town of Hawick has much to be proud of. I don't think I've seen any other example of such community commitment, community dedication, such pride in the community and in this particular event. So I'm very happy and very proud to be part of it for these past 10 years. It's a real shame that the common riding has been canceled in 2020 and 2021. But I very much look forward to seeing all my very good friends in Hawick and following the Cornet on the Wester Heather in 2022. Thanks so much, and my best wishes to all my very good friends in Hawick.
Terry Bus e Terry on Common Riding 2015 will not be forgotten. All 17 of the family of Isabel Van Moor, daughter of the former chemist on Bridge Street, James Clark, attended.
Hi, Holly Roberts here, out in Qatar. I am the granddaughter of the late Stu and Elsie Barker. I've got such fond memories of growing up in Hawick and having fun at the common riding. Just want to wish everyone a very happy common riding, and hopefully you'll be able to celebrate properly next year. Safe in.
Hi, it's Rod from Australia. I'm not an exile, but I'm a very proud husband of an exile. It's hard to believe it's 2 years since we were there, and a lot happened since then. But hopefully when all this COVID garbage is finished, we can come back to see us. It's like a second home to me. To Ian and Moose, thanks so much for what you did with George's gravesite, and hello to everybody else. The other boys of Charlie, to Elliot and Linda, we miss you all, and hopefully we can see you again soon. There's always a bed here. There's no horse riding, I realise that, but anyway, safe out and safe in. Bye for now.
My name is Alan McVitie. I've been an exiled Teries since January 1971, when I left Hawick to work in Edinburgh. I now live in a village called Picklescott, on the edge of the Shropshire Hills, AONB. I first followed Cornet rope riding in 1964. My love of the common riding was rekindled by being a member of an online group called the Terie Hub. Members were both resident and exiled Teries, and others from across the world who had a connection with Hawick. Photos of the common riding rideouts and other events posted on the Terie Hub spurred me on to get mounted and ride again in support of the Cornet of the Year. I was extremely honoured, and I'm very proud, especially being an exile of such long standing, to have been awarded the Guy Armstrong Trophy as Moss Trooper of the Year in 2017. My wife Ruth and I have been regular attendees at the Exiles Night. I never cease to be amazed by the wealth of singing, songwriting and musical talent that Hawick possesses, nor by the magnetic attraction Hawick has in exiles from near and far at this time of year. The Common Riding Committee are to be heartily congratulated for the programme of virtual events they've organised this year and last. I'm certain that after a 2-year COVID-19 enforced gap, we'll all doubly appreciate what we've so sorely missed, and as a result, the non-virtual Common Riding of 2022 will be the very best of all.
Hello everybody, let me introduce myself. I am Margaret Kennedy, Ian's widow, one of the branches of the Essex Kennedy family. There's Neil, and there's David in Vancouver, and Barry's family, and of course all our children and grandchildren. Our Hawick connections go back to Grandpa Oliver and Bella. Late in the 1920s, Oliver moved south and set up his own Medway knitting company here in Southend-on-Sea. It is now 94 years ago that the Grandpa Cup, the Medway Challenge Cup, was first presented. Back then, horse and rider had to complete 3 rideouts and the marches of the day. Times change, and now it has become an open handicap, Skipper, Rum, Kennedy, Medway, Cup, and plenty of rum and milk, and hopefully a few winning bets up on the mare. On marrying Ian, I heard lots of stories of Hawick and the common riding. Ian as a lad rode behind his cornet, Chuck Willins, and Ian's parents, Jim and Pauline, used to come up every year, meeting up with their great friends, Molly and Morris Buchan. In 2006, I gave up my teaching job, and so, great, we were able to come back to Hawick. And we met up with relations Isla and Scott Carlton, and we've never looked back. We love everything about Hawick, its traditions and occasions. Just a little story. Quite a few years back, when Ian was abroad in Europe on business, after dinner in the bar, having a wee dram or two and chatting to everybody, he asked a gentleman, "So where do you come from?" Answer, "Well, you won't know, a town of Hawick." Well, of course, Ian did know, and I believe there was plenty of songs carrying on into the night. You'll never guess who. Alan Bryden, I Can Hear the Banner Blue. Owing to COVID, many of us can't be at the Overseas Exiles reception with the cornet, the lass, the principals. It's such a good beginning of the week. The Maids of Honour, the solos, and the singing of all our favourites. Nothing can beat the welcome of Hawick. Its hospitality is second to none, whatever the weather. The Kennedy families, we can't wait until we are back again. See you all next year.
Thanks to all the exiled Teries who took the time to record their messages, and on behalf of everybody back home here in Hawick, can I wish you all a tremendous, grand common riding weekend. Whatever you get up to, and we'll look forward to welcoming you back to Hawick next year. Bide safe. There must be something magic in the lure of this grey old tune to pull at the exiles' heartstrings, especially at this time of year. And some of that lure is encapsulated in the words of our next song. To sing I Like Old Hawick, I'm delighted to introduce our other youngest entertainer, Carla Porter, ably accompanied by Leslie.
They ask me, Hawick, to leave you and wonder why I stay. Midst factory smoke and ceaseless dim of the looms both night and day. But I like old Hawick and her folks, I like her men and maidens free. Sweet memories dwell in the good old tune that I was kind to me. They tell me no beauties around you, that the hills are bare and plain, that the lingering Teviot is silent and sad, and the Slitrick I fill in we're in. But I like old Hawick and her streams, I like where oft at eventide the tale of youthful love is told adoon sweet Teviot side. They know not the spirit that leads you afar in the world's great strife, gainst tyrants and wrong for freedom and right, and the upward struggle of life. So I like old Hawick and her spirits, I like that leap still forth to the van, for liberty, progress in thought and art, and goodwill to every man. And when old Hawick I leave you, be my wish when far away, while the Teviot flows to the northern sea, you may ply at the loom as today. For I like old Hawick and her folks, I like her men and maidens free. Sweet memories dwell in the good old tune that I was kind to me.
Thanks, Carla. Brilliantly sung. And I'm sure it brought a wee tear to yin or two eyes out there. Now, 70 years ago, in 1950, when Dennis the Menace had just begun life as a comic strip in the USA, Judy Garland was opening the first of 14 concerts in the Theatre Royal in Dublin, and the Stain of Destiny was funding the Arbroath Abbey after being stolen the previous year for Westminster Abbey. A young Hawick callant and bright-eyed daughter were starting to write their story into the pages of our history books and our common riding. Hawick Cornet and Lass for 1951, George Aitken and Helen Allen Nayless. And it's my privilege and honour to be able to introduce Watson McAteer, who will say a few words to celebrate Helen's achievements.
Hello, Helen, and very warm greetings from Hawick. It's incredible to believe that you and George took centre stage at our 1951 common riding, 70 years ago. And while Australia became your second home, Hawick was never far from your heart, and your regular visits were something you and George greatly cherished. As you know, our normal common riding celebrations are on hold, and as Honorary Provost, I will not have the opportunity to pay you tribute, recognising all that you have done for our town. However, I am really glad that I am able to represent all of the townsfolk, Teries yin and all, who send you and daughters Catherine and Anne and their extended families a well-deserved 2021 anniversary common riding. While I know you are missed by all who know and love you in Hawick, we will all be thinking about you as June days draw nigh. Many congratulations on your 70th anniversary from all in Hawick. God bless and Teries.
Thank you, Watson, for this lovely gift I have been given from the Common Riding Committee for my 70th anniversary as Cornet's Lass. I have very many happy memories of these 3 years I spent doing my duty. I did visit Hawick quite a lot, but now I'm just stable in Australia. But we've had a good life here, but Hawick was never far from our minds. I'm always very interested in what was going on, and just say thank you so much for this, and thank you for taking the time to do this for me. It's a great honour for me to get this done. I know, I'll pass it on round the family. So thanks again. Have a wonderful common riding. Even although you can't get out in the horses, you'll still have your rum and your milk and the sing songs that never fades. So go on, have a wonderful common riding, and I'll be thinking of you all. And thanks again. Bye.
Thank you, Watson. And Helen, thank you for taking the time to send your message. And on behalf of everybody in Hawick and the Teries, the World Hour, can we wish you a great weekend, and we hope it brings back fond memories of your time in the Big Eight as you know Hawick Common Riding's principles for 1951. Last year's concert saw ex-Cornets Ian and Ross Nichol sing as a duo. This year, I'm glad to say that after no family disputes or faults, Ross has taken up the mantle to leave Moose backstage and is going to perform his solo version of 1914 Homecoming. Ladies and gentlemen, 2012 Cornet, Ross Nichol.
Ye talk about your royal kings and kings with foreign orders, but we hae kings who cower in our kings o' the border. The bold Buccleuch, the Elliots through, their names are crowned wi' honours. Be border men sae lean and true, we'll call them generous donors. Oh, we're coming home to see you, to sing the old refrain. We never have forgotten, though we're far across the main. The song of Teary Odin, the lifeblood now it thrills. Yes, we're coming home to see you, tae old Hawick among the hills. Our Teries ged wi' border bled, will sing wi' power and passion, the eternal air o' Tiribus wi' honour and compassion. We'll let the chorus swell again for Tiribus and Odin, let every nerve and fibre strain for Horan's hole and flooding. Oh, we're coming home to see you, to sing the old refrain. We never have forgotten, though we're far across the main. The song of Tiri Odin, the lifeblood now it thrills. Yes, we're coming home to see you, aiuld Hawick, among the hills. Remembering well those bygone days, o'er Collins Road with glory, returning where the captured flag so tells the age-old story. Let's raise a glass and drink a toast to friendships ne'er forgotten. And here's to Hawick, and here's to hame, and here's to Tiri Odin. We're coming home to see you, to sing the old refrain. We never have forgotten, though we're far across the main. The song of Tiri Odin, the lifeblood now it thrills. Yes, we're coming home to see you, aiuld Hawick, among the hills.
Fantastic stuff, Ross. Well done. Our next singer is a young lass who is no stranger to the big stage and is another one of Hawick's hidden talents. To sing I Like Old Hawick the best, please welcome Miss Laurie Coburn.
I have gazed in silent rapture on Killarney's lakes and rills, listen to the wondrous echoes from mountain peaks and rugged hills. Mid these scenes of fairy gleamland, peerless in a winsome west, I have wandered as in dreamland, but I like old Hawick the best. I like old Hawick the best. Each hill with heathery crest that guards the grey old tune below. I like old Hawick the best. Among the beauty spots of England, I have rambled far and near, by the northern lakes at Gillsland, Derwentwater, Windermere. Watch the waves at Rill and Scarborough, clambered up to Snowdon's crest, bathed at Brighton, Blackpool, Yarborough. But I like old Hawick the best. I like old Hawick the best. In sylvan beauty dressed, midsummer sun and winter snow, I like old Hawick the best. I have seen the faint Loch Lomond when the sun its wavelets kissed, when the lofty Ben was mirrored on its calm and tranquil breast. I have seen its silence seeming in their matchless verdure dressed, like a fairy picture gleaming. But I the best, where'er may be my quest, from eastern gleam to western glow. I like old Hawick the best.
Brilliant as ever, Laurie. Well done. Our penultimate performer, singing the moving Jed Murray's Maids song, is Ben McCready. Ben is the next generation in a family steeped in Hawick common riding tradition. His great-grandfather was the legend that is ex-acting father Ari Ingalls, famed for money common riding and festival music compositions and accompaniments. His granddad, Bert Weir, our 1986 acting fiddler, and his uncle Alan, our 25-year cornet. Ben is accompanied on the piano by his mother Leslie. The Maids song with Ben and Leslie McCready.
Oh, they may sing o' other lands with craig and wild ravine, wi' mountain peaks that soar aloft into an azure sheen, and they may tell of valleys fair bedecked with gorgeous flowers, o' palm-grown isles where luscious fruits perfume the radiant tours. But gie to me the hills and heath, the clouds that fleck the lea, the primrose on the sunny brae, the fragrant hawthorn tree. Gie me the bonny brooming now, the burn that round it rins, wi' plush and spurt and peaceful pearl and money outs and ends. Gie me my dear old father's land, my mither's Maryland tame, though what belonged to me and mine is perished save in name. Fain would I see that spot again, alas the bitter thought, a wifeless and a bairnless age is no in touch wi' oft. I couldna thole the cold heart stain, the doorway that is not. I couldna thole the walls are grown for what is gain forgot. The red man has my comrade been through weary years o' care, to bow down to a earnest life my spirit couldna bear. A rover I the long, long years, a rover man remain, the syke that's gerbold frae the fell can ne'er its rise regain. Say fair in stranger land. Content me by the stranger's fire, and clasp the stranger's hand. But through it all, betide what may, I'll cherish aye the same. The fair of Hawick o' callant days, my long lost Scottish hame. My hungering heart will constant yearn for scenes that in the past. The borderland, my first love and my last.
I'm sure Addy would have been awful proud of that, to see Ben and Leslie playing together, performing together at this, our 2021 Exiles Night concert. Thanks to you both. Ladies and gents, freends, Teries, the World Hour, it's been my privilege and honour to once again host this year's virtual Exiles concert. It only leaves me to say a huge thanks to all involved in organising their concerts. From film and sound crews to COVID stewards, the Common Riding Committee, Leslie Fraser, who answered the numerous questions I fired at her. But the biggest thanks must go on to all the performers who have embraced this format and given up their time to participate. Can also take this opportunity to thank you all for watching and wish you all, Teries yin and all, a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all next year up on the Wester Heather for a real common riding. To finish off the concert in traditional manner, can I ask our official song singer Michael Aitken, accompanied by Anne, to lead you all in Teary Bus, Cornet's Up.
Scotia felt ein Iroden on the bloody fields of Flodden, where our fathers fell with honour round the king and country's banner. Teary Bussy, Teary Orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, I defend your rights uncommon. After Flodden was decided, Surrey had his troops divided. When he turned them loose to plunder, heaven just why slept like thunder. Teary Bussy, Teary Orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, I defend the rights uncommon. Hawick they left in the ruins lying, naught was heard but widows crying, labour of all kinds neglected, orphans wandering unprotected. Teary Bussy, Teary Orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, I defend your rights uncommon. All were sunk in deep dejection, none to flee to for protection, till some youths who strayed from Flodden rallied up by Teary Orden. Teary Bussy, Teary Orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, I defend your rights uncommon. Armed with sword and bow and quiver, shouting vengeance now or never, off they marched in martial order, down by Teviot's flowery border. Teary Bussy, Teary Orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, I defend your rights uncommon. Down they threw their bows and arrows, drew their swords like veteran heroes, charged the foe with native valour, routed them and took their colour. Teary Bussy, Teary Orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, I defend your rights uncommon. Now with spoil and honour laden, well revenged for fatal Flodden, home they march their flag displaying, Teary bus before them playing. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. High the trump of fame did raise them, poets of all times did praise them, sung their feats in Maryland ballads, Scotia's boast was Hawick's gallants. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. 'Twas then Drumlanrig's generous donor gave immortal be his honour. What might soothe Hawick's dire disaster, land for tillage, peats and pasture. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. Thus we boast a mare and colour, won by deeds of hardy valour, won in fields where victory swithered, won when Scotia's laurels withered. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. Annual censer flags been carried, round the mare by men unmarried, emblem grand of those who won it, matrimonial hands would stain it. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. Magistrates be faithful trustees, equal poise the scales o' justice. See your common rightly guided, quirky lairds nae mair divided. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. Hawick shall triumph amid destruction, was the Druid's dark prediction. Strange the issues that unrolled it, centuries after they'd foretold it. Teary bussy, teary orden, sons of heroes slain at Flodden, imitating border bowmen, aye, defend your rights uncommon. Peace be thy portion, Hawick, forever, thine arts, thy commerce flourish ever. Down to the latest age ascended, Hawick was ever independent. Hawick was ever independent. Hawick was ever independent. Down to the latest age ascended, Hawick was ever independent. Hep hep, hey! Hep hep, hey! Hep hep, hey!
Thank you. Have a great common riding weekend. Safe out, safe in, I defend.